Miss Sweet. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well because I'm looking forward to have sex with you the first time in my life.
I know, finally.
Yeah. You look amazing.
Thank you.
So, Lizzie, let's introduce you a little bit to the YouTube viewers who might not know you before.
Okay.
So I already mentioned your name. You're Lisey Sweet. Where are you from?
I'm from outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, the other side of the country.
Side.
How is it there?
Right now I think it's really cold and very snowy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are in sunny California.
We are.
And today is actually, even though it's December, because this clip might come out in March or April because I have such a big backlog on clips.
Mm-hmm.
But so we are just before Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's warm and sunny outside.
I've acclimated, so it's chilly for me. Like 65 is chilly.
Is it only 65?
It was, yeah.
Felt warmer.
It was about 65, I think, when I was getting here, but I haven't been outside for a little while. So.
Yeah, it's pretty warm in the sun.
Could be the low to mid 70s now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Since when are you in California?
I moved out to California in August of last year, so I'm coming up on a year and a half in California.
Okay, and what did bring you to California?
Well, I was working in the industry a little bit before that when I was still living in Atlanta.
Okay.
And the commute was hard, and I didn't really like living in Atlanta, so decided to make the move out here. My husband got a job, and here we are. And it's wonderful out here. It's so much better.
So the industry is porn.
Yes.
What got you into porn?
Well, before I did porn, I was a research scientist for 7 years, and I studied infectious diseases, vaccine development, stuff like that.
Can you help me get this video viral?
Yes. Yes, I will try. Watch this video. Watch it over and over again. So I did infectious diseases for 7 years. I managed a lab of flow cytometry and all sorts of cool stuff with influenza and dengue and a little bit of Ebola work. And my husband and I kind of always have been deviants, if you will, and we liked to do these kind of things in our personal life. And then we were like, let's start doing pictures and photos, and we found a local photographer that wanted a little bit more practice for his portfolio. And so I did some boudoir photos, some nude photos, and some erotic photography. And then my husband and I started kind of going to like events, like festivals, and then my picture really started taking a lot. And next thing I know, I'm all over the internet, and people are like, "Who is this girl?" And so then some of my photographer friends said, maybe you should start modeling. You should start charging. And I said, okay. And I got a bunch of bookings right away, and I was starting to get really busy. And then they were like, "Oh, do you want to do some video work?" And my husband and I talked about it, because that's a commitment at that point. You have to accept all the responsibilities of things that may happen. People may find out, your family may know. You have to understand everything that could possibly happen. And it was such an opportunity for us to be able to express my sexuality that way that it was worth all of the risks. And some of the bad things I thought might happen did happen, but in the end we took it in stride, and we're so much better off for it now. And I wake up every day, I just can't believe that this is my life, this is my job, and it's so cool.
You are a very decent person, and you also and the way you talk. I mean, we're talking about fucking. So what is it? Because most people see sex limited to a relationship, and obviously you and your husband don't. Like, I'm married since almost 30 years. We always had an open relationship. how did you realize that, hey, I love my husband, but I like to have other dicks or maybe other pussy as well, and I live different than the majority of this our society?
Well, when my husband and I first got together, I was 20. So he kind of had mentioned it to me because in his previous marriage, they were a little bit open to, although definitely not as much as I am now, but it was kind of something that he brought up. And at first I was like, well, why would you want to do something like that? You know, I love you. I don't want to be with anybody else. And he said, well, no, I understand, and I love you too, and I don't have to be with anybody else, but I want to see you with somebody else. And I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand why he would want to do something like that, but I kept an open mind, and I've always sort of been the kind of person that says, don't knock it till you try it, right? Yeah. And so we decided to invite another guy in, and it wasn't great. I really didn't like it. But I still told myself that every situation can be different, and maybe sometimes you need to try it a couple times. And we found somebody that we liked, and we had a good time. And it wasn't necessarily that person, but it was the situation that was really hot. And to know that he was really getting so much pleasure from that, and that I could fuck another person, and so then it just kind of went from there. And this was almost 9 years ago now. I kind of tell a lot of people that sex and love are not the same thing. And sex is a basic human need, and it's something that we can all enjoy. And I don't think that you're meant to enjoy it with one person, but it's great that you can enjoy it with a person you love. But why not enjoy it with the person you love with more sex? And we both have a lot of fun that way. And it keeps us honest, and it really keeps the communication and the trust open, because a lot of people have these kind of thoughts, and we're never ashamed to share these kind of things with each other. And it's this kind of thing you really have to be honest about, and it's great. I mean, we tell each other everything, and I always know when he likes somebody or when he's thinking about he wants to do something, and he knows the same about me, so...
Yeah. I even totally disagree with the idea that sex and love should be in a combination. I think that the big exception, because most people I love, I don't want to have sex with.
Yeah.
My parents, my children, my dog, all this. I mean, the dog is not people, but I love my dog. I still don't want to have sex with. Love is a strong emotion.
It is.
While sex is, I don't know the English word. English is not my first language. In German, we would say ein Trieb, something. It's an urge.
It is. It can be very carnal and very necessary.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be messy and aggressive, yeah, or soft, and it can be in a lot of different forms. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you want it to be with somebody that you don't even ask their name, and you don't care about them, and you don't ever see them again.
And sometimes you want to fuck people you don't really like, but they're sexy. I mean, I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes what a stupid bitch, but I like to fuck her.
Yes. Well, let me ask people who disagree with me. Are you in love with your dildo?
Okay, I think that's a good point.
It's an object, I understand.
I personally don't get into sex toys. And
yes.
I hope nobody at New Sensations is angry with me, because I know they have their own sex toy line, and I hope they sell a lot of them, because we are here on a set for New Sensations for Eddie Powell, director, one of my all-time favorite directors.
Yeah. It's my first time working for him.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great. He was also the director of photography for my last shoot. He's amazing.
So far, I'm impressed.
But anyway, I personally never got the thing with, like, for me, I have great time masturbating with my hand. I don't need anything else. But whoever likes toys, Please enjoy them. I'm sure nobody is in love with their toys.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they're...
I just like to call up a toy and tell them to come over.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's less work that way.
Booty call.
Yes, booty call.
Okay, Lisey, I have to say you are this exception. I don't love you, of course, that would be stupid, but I really like you. I've met you a few times before. I think you are a very nice, sweet person, and I really want to fuck you because you are super sexy. And I'm looking forward to our scene.
Me too.
Oh, don't say that. I'm innocent. Don't fire me. Me also is safe to say nowadays.
Yes. Me also.
Okay, good. Let's talk after the scene, then we know each other a little better.
Yes, we'll know each other in the biblical sense.
Okay. I kiss you. Mwah. Bye. Here we are, after our scene. Now we know each other a little better. I know that you have a very, very tight vagina.
Tight, yes.
Feels very good for me.
Well, thank you. You like that milking action?
Oh yeah, and you have this control over your muscles. Do you rehearse that or just always have?
Always have? I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, coming back, welcome to our YouTubers here. We just finished our scene, and it's the first time I have the pleasure to shoot with you. Hopefully not the last.
I know, right?
Let's get this very close because we are both like we're kind of...
Yes, close quiet on.
Yeah, quiet.
Yes.
How did you like the role play?
It was actually very natural to me. These kind of, my husband and I play a lot, and so like it wouldn't be unheard of for him to send me off and say go get fucked and then tell me the details later. So.
I already like your husband. I have to meet him.
You've met him a few times.
Yes. Probably at some party or so, but I'm always focusing on your woman.
You're like, hi.
Yeah, I say hi, and I don't like now when I'm gonna meet him again, since we know each other better, I will remember him.
Yes.
But right now I don't see a face in my. You might even have met my wife, but I'm not sure. She comes here to the US from time to time, and she's been with me at the ABNs and stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah. I don't know if I have ever met her before.
Maybe not. I don't know. She avoids the red carpet. She did it once and never wants to do it again. I mean, it's a drag, the red carpet. It's nice to be invited to walk the red carpet, but then you have to wait in line until everybody passes, all the photographers. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And in the high shoes that I usually wear, it's always terrible.
That doesn't bother me so much. Even though I was wearing high shoes once.
Yeah?
Do you know the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes.
I was playing Frankenfurter.
Oh, you would be a good Frankenfurter.
I mentioned that before on YouTube, and I even showed the picture with me in high heels and garter belt. And
that's great.
I'm gonna show it to you afterwards.
Yes, please do. I've always loved that movie.
It's a great movie, and we did a porn version many years ago, and I was Frankenfurter.
Oh, that's great. That sounds like a really awesome opportunity.
Yeah, it was 26 hours on set. It was a long day we shot that, but it looks great. I mean, I can show you a little bit of a video. And it looks good, but it was a long drag. So coming back to you, you are doing porn now since
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years,
February.
and so I guess you've been on different sets. Some are easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think
They're all a little different.
Today was very easy.
Yeah.
With Eddie Powell, it's always easy.
Yes.
Unless he works for me, then it takes forever. But that's not his fault. I showed you what we shot last weekend. And
yes.
That just took a lot of time. It was not anybody's fault. He's one of my favorite directors. When you watch his movies, if you ever have the chance, get the DVD from New Sensation. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I can tell already just from the photos that he was taking earlier, that he was showing me, that it's going to be pretty rock star. Yeah. He
knows what he's doing. And also I like his wife. I don't know. Are you going to shoot with her tomorrow?
I've shot with her, and I'm shooting with her again on Thursday.
Yeah, Jackie. She's great. Yeah. And I always wonder why they don't shoot more together, but I think that might be clever. Sometimes it's not easy to work with your partner.
Yeah. I worked with my husband for 7 years, but we worked really well together.
In the lab. Mm-hmm. I worked with my wife. She was doing makeup and pictures and accounting and everything when I was shooting public displays in Europe. But sometimes it's not easy. It's like, it's sometimes, especially as a director, especially when you have a big crew, like when I shoot, I have a big crew, it's a lot of people, then you have to command people around. You cannot take time to discuss everything. And my wife hates it when I command her around, and I have to tell her, darling, in this moment you are not my wife, in this moment you are my photographer or whatever.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to sometimes separate. Say, you don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. And I've worked with some other couples on set where one of the spouses was the director and the other one was assisting. So I've seen that dynamic. Yeah.
I mean, we are happily together for 30 years. That's rare in this business anyway. But and I love working with her, spending time traveling. But it took us a while to accept the situation that it's on set. It's a different thing than at home.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Any work situation is different than home.
Yeah. So, what did you like today? What didn't you like? What did you find uncomfortable? What did you enjoy?
I don't think there was anything I didn't like. I liked all of it. I really liked doing the storyline and really kind of getting into that, so deliciously, naughty kind of role. And I haven't done a whole lot of acting in a lot of my movies. I tend to do a lot of hardcore gonzo. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool to kind of be able to do these kind of things. And although it's been a lot of softballs, I keep getting put in these hot wife roles, so it's very natural to me. So I guess I'm not really acting so much.
I was asking you before if you're submissive, and you said usually not. Usually you're more like the person who takes what she wants. Mm-hmm. And today what I found very interesting, because you were kind of, you know what you want, that's why you come, but at the same time you're willing to give yourself away to see what's, so it was
sacrificing myself to pleasure.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I would never find these words in English, but it's not my first language. I love that expression, sacrifice yourself to pleasure. I love that expression.
Like a surrender.
And it was like, and it also has an expression, what was it? Dominating from the bottom. Like you were the person, like it was all about you, but at the same time you hand off the power, like you I borrow the power from you. I like that dynamic.
Yes, and a lot of my fans know me to be submissive in some movies. I worked for some BDSM type things, and but most of them will know that in my personal life I'm pretty dominant. But this was kind of a, I guess, you're right. I was like submissive, but not really. Physically, I was submissive.
But you let me handle you, but at the same time, we had the understanding that it's all about your pleasure.
Exactly.
I liked it, and you were very convincing.
Well, it's pretty easy to work with you, so I like it. And you know, I when you put your cock inside of me, I was like, oh my god, it's huge. You said I was very tight, so yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you very much for shooting with me today and for doing this little YouTube clip. And I hope to see you again soon somewhere.
Yes, I hope so. Maybe next time I'll get to wink my butthole at you again.
Yes, that was very sweet. And since this takes at least 2-3 months before it's released, I have a backlog. We are now in 2018. I'm gonna see you probably in 2019 in Las Vegas at the Avian Awards.
Yes.
And I'll enjoy your kiss, but maybe you want to kiss our audience as well. And Kat, thank you very much, my dear.
Thank you.